Well, the Chelsea boys seem to be doing rather well on the international break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Therapy. And Noni Madueke brace. Cole Palmer coming off injured, but is he going to be okay? And over on the Ecuadorian side of things, Moises Caicedo grabbing 2 assists for their 2 goals in their qualifying game for the World Cup. And guess what? Kendry Paez is the youngest South American goal scorer ever, and of course he's a Chelsea-bound player contractually. We will discuss as well Noni Madueke, look at some stats, because we do like to do that sometimes, and in the potential absence of Cole Palmer, but maybe not, should we be turning to Noni Madueke, who hasn't really had a chance for Chelsea this season yet under Pochettino? I did say in recent content we are going to talk about Noni Madueke, and now is the time. So thanks for joining me. I thank you for your continued support. You can do that by simply liking the video, share if you want to spread the love, and subscribe if you feel like you might enjoy more of my content. Not interesting, but I did want to say that I am closing in on a social media, the only social media platform that I'm active on, which is Instagram. I post every single day. I do lives on there, so it's a great way of interacting with you, mate. I'm getting near to 30,000 followers. So at Football Yannick, I might pin a link to the page if you want to help me achieve that goal of reaching that number. And if you feel like you want to interact with me on social media, Instagram's the way, at Football Yannick, or click the link, the pinned link, in the comment section. Alright then, mate, let's start off with an international break before we look at some stats. First of all, of course, England under-21 had a lovely time yesterday, scoring a lot of goals against Serbia. Of course, the big concern that we're all thinking of here is Cole Palmer came off with an injury to his quad. But the England under-21 boss Lee Carsley said this on Cole Palmer's injury, quote, "It's a dead leg. We will monitor Cole, but we're not taking any chances." Good, do not take any chances. But a dead leg, as painful as that can be, that like heavy impact, it's of course not a bad injury. A little bit of rest and loosening off, and he should be good to go. I'm looking here on Cy Phillips's Twitter page for aggregation of news here. Cole Palmer was quoted also saying this once interviewed: "Everyone knows what playing for Chelsea means. It's a massive club and we need wins." This kind of follows what I spoke about in yesterday evening's video about Pochettino's incredible level of confidence at the moment. He said, and then Cole goes on to say, "Speaking about the project can't be a cop-out for not winning. So we need to perform, and we need to compete for some trophies. I'm trying to add to my trophy cabinet for sure at Chelsea." Amen. Well, you should be able to, man. And Chelsea win trophies. We're not going. Let's not change that, ladies and gentlemen. But Cole Palmer, of course, looks like a really effective player for Chelsea at the moment. Pochettino spoke about Cole Palmer, and we spoke about him in yesterday evening's video as well. I found that quite interesting in Zara Kinsella's piece, so I'd urge you to go check out the previous upload if you're yet to view it. Of course, Noni Madueke got 2 goals in that game. One of them was a absolute beauty. We are going to speak about Noni in a little bit more detail in just one moment, but I'm going to hop over quickly to Chris Burton's article on goal.com to talk about Kendry Paez. Of course, the 16-year-old Ecuadorian, he keeps breaking records all over the gaff, and he is the truth, by the way. This kid is like an absolute superstar. He's only 16, he looks like he's having the time of his life, and he is just playing incredibly well. He broke a record by scoring in Ecuador's World Cup qualification win over Bolivia. Of course, we won't see him until he turns 18, so like 18 odd months. But by then, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be better than Messi. So he's a Chelsea-bound wonder kid. Kendry Paez makes his history by scoring the Ecuador qualification game with Bolivia. He's the youngest starring for his country. He's record books rewritten, and of course he will head to England quite soon. So he became the youngest player to find the target in the World Cup qualifier, having hit the back of the net, just age 16 in 161 days. His record-setting effort for Ecuador was assisted by Moises Caicedo, who one day may who may one day end up being his Stamford Bridge colleague. Stop and pause. He will be his Stamford Bridge colleague, because that's only in, like, say, 18 odd months until he arrives at Chelsea. And hopefully Moises Caicedo, who's on a 47-year contract at Chelsea, isn't gone by then. So you'd have to say, yes, he is going to play with him. Moises Caicedo, by the way, in this game against Bolivia, assisting both goals. So, crucial goals in a 2-1 win. As both assisted by Moises Caicedo, and Kendry Paez just absolutely making history. Just incredibly exciting. So Chelsea, of course, have an agreement in place. He's already been signed. He's coming to Chelsea, £17 million. Those funds will be paid to Independiente de Valle. That's done. Of course, the contract needs to... it comes into effect when he's 18. So he's, 18 months old until he's 18. But that's not, that's pretty soon. And in the meantime, we can enjoy him from a distance, looking at all these records he's setting. Just absolutely sensational stuff, really. Like, incredible young player. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Kendry Paez and indeed Moises Caicedo. If you watch that game and their performances, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Moving on then, of course, Cole Palmer hopefully is just a dead leg and we can see him start against Arsenal, because really he really is an important player, as we discussed in the previous upload. But should he be suffering a little bit still from his dead leg and is not good to go immediately, we can turn to Noni Madueke, who's seemingly not in the naughty step anymore for Pochettino, and he is good. People forget at the end of last season, where everything was going to, crap, there was two players that I think that towards the end of the season that looked like they were sort of playing and offering something for Lampard. One was Gallagher, which makes sense because he's just he's a trier, isn't he? And then of course Noni Madueke scoring a goal. As if Man City, we lost 3-1, but he scored a good goal against them, and he just looked pretty good, So I've got a couple of things off here from X Value. Firstly, profile. This is Noni Madueke's profile. As you can see, he's only 21, still playing for England's under-21s. He's nearly 1.8 meters tall. He's 75 kilos for those of you who are interested. Of course, rather notably, he's a left footer because he plays on the right wing. And if you look at his performance spider charts there, he's very much a winger. He doesn't do recoveries. He doesn't do aerials. He loves to shoot, he loves to dribble, he's good at assisting, and he's pretty good at passing. That needs to get better, but that will get better over time. And if you look at the spaces he occupies there on the right-hand side on his heat map, very much a right winger, probably more than Cole Palmer, likes to get to the byline and cut back, whereas Cole Palmer would like to drift in a little bit more into that number 10 position, into the hole, which you don't really see on that heat map there for Noni Madueke. So Cole Palmer would like to, this is your right, start on the right there and sort of come inside, playmaking players at number 10. That's kind of why he's the preferred profile over the likes of Noni Madueke. But if, for example, you can't play Cole, you want a left footer, understandably play on the right, someone who can dribble, Noni Madueke, ladies and gentlemen. And for further evidence, look at this screenshot I added as well from xvalue.com. So he's in terms of profile, he's identified as a 1-to-1 explorer. As you can see, I've used recent match minutes, so he hasn't scored many goals or anything, as you can see, non-penalty XG. But successful dribbles are off the charts, and his XT carries is also off the chart. Now, XT carries means expected threat, which sort of quantifies your threat in terms of short passing and dribbling, like how you're progressing in terms of an offensive danger towards the opposition. It sounds like a pretty woo-woo metric, but it's not. It's utilised now. And as you can see there from also this passes map, very much a right winger, less so of a Cole Palmer in the number 10 spot, as we've said. But he offers that left boot, that 1-to-1 versus 1 dribbling and expected threat. In terms of smart ranking panel as a 1-to-1 explorer, which is his profile, the top 3 is Mitoma, Madueke, and Grealish. And as you can see there, Mitoma, unsurprisingly for this particular niche profile is the top. Now, Grealish will be good at other stuff, but as a one-to-one explorer, Madueke is second only to Mitoma. And this is obviously looking at the expected threat as well. So this might seem a little bit niche to you, and I get it, and some people will be like, well, look, I don't want to see that. I want to see goals and assists, and I don't want to listen to anything else. But the truth is, you have to identify a profile of player, especially when they're young and they're raw and they need to be developed and they can be molded. And you go, right, so what are you good at? Well, he's good at this, this, and this, which makes him a one-to-one explorer. I know that sounds a little bit football manager, but stick with me. It's a way of, like I say, branding and quantifying their playstyle and be like, okay, so what can he get better from there? How are we going to utilize him in this? Because it's too reductionist to be like, right, winger, centre back, striker running behind, let's see what happens. You go, no. Noni's natural inclinations are to play like this, to cut in like that, and to make these passes. So that is his profile. That's what makes him. So how are we going to slot that into our team, into our Chelsea 11, and make it work like a puzzle? Because ultimately, football, it's a very simple game, but it can be very complicated at the highest level now. Especially when you are applying that to elite opposition. Of course, the next match we play is elite opposition against Arsenal. So you've got to take all things into consideration. I wanted to talk about it because Noni Madueke shouldn't be forgotten about. Right, left-footed wingers are relatively rare. You just get right-footers all over the gaff at the moment. I know, but now we've got two amazing ones in England international under-21s in Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke. And Noni Madueke scoring those 2 goals yesterday, like he always does really well for England. Just reminding you, I'm here, Chelsea. I scored a goal against I'm pretty sure he scored against Man City last season, otherwise I'm going to look like a right knobber. But just reminding you that he's got the quality, he's got the juice. He can do it. I'd like to see him given a chance. If you said to me, Jan, who are you starting, everyone fit, for Arsenal, I'll go Cole Palmer. But maybe see Noni off the bench. And should Cole not be available, you could be an easy thing to move Sterling over to the right and start Madueke. I know many Chelsea fans wouldn't be frustrated or upset about that, but I think give Noni a chance as well. Just give him a chance. And I just wanted to remind people that he's a great player. So let me know what you think. I am very interested to learn your thoughts, feelings, as I always am, down in the comment section below. Little reminders to go follow me on social media, on Instagram, @FootballYannick. See if I can make new friends on there for live streams and hit that 30k follower mark. Alright, cool. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully I see you again here soon. Peace.